Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fireside Chat here at the Kabbalah Center in Berlin, Schöneberg. I'm again joined by Rachel, and we would love to answer all of your questions that you send us. And we have one that we've picked and we're really excited about, so keep those coming, and we'll try and get to all of those in the next couple of Fireside Chats. So the question we have today is by an anonymous student or curious person, and I'd like to read it to you because I thought it's a topic that pertains maybe to a lot of us in this day and age. So she writes, "There are so many things I love doing in life. Teaching, making art, filmmaking. I've explored so many things. I'd like to have a career. How do I decide which avenue to choose?" Rachel?
Okay. Oh, I like this question. Firstly, this is a question that I think is very much dear to my heart as well. I'm as well one of those people that have so many passions, and I know the struggle. The first thing I want to suggest is that we stop seeing this as a struggle. I can tell you I used to be the sort of person growing up that I had so many passions and I really thought it was a curse. I remember one day crying to my mother, why do I have so many things I love and I love them all so much? I really used to see it as a terrible thing, and I was almost envious of people who only had one passion and that one thing that they were going to pursue. So whoever sent in this question, it's very dear to my heart, and I feel you, and there is a struggle to that. But I want us first to begin to understand that the fact that we have so many passions and so many things that we find fulfillment in is one of the greatest joys in our life. And first of all, be grateful and be happy that you have so many things that you love to do. There are a lot of people that maybe don't even know what they love and what they like. So this is an amazing and incredible thing, and we applaud you for knowing that you have so many passions. And maybe let's speak a little bit about this word career, right? There are so many things like this anonymous sender sent us, filmmaking, art, probably all of the things that they love to do. How do we make this into a career? And I think a career is a very big word, and I personally think we should begin to stay away from this word, because what it does is that it's setting a belief system in us that a career means I choose one thing, or my career has to look in a straight, narrow path. And the reality is it doesn't look like that for anybody. And even those that it might look like that, it's for them. I'm sure everybody went through their process to getting there. Let's maybe reframe this question. Instead of how do I build a career from these passions, or where do I take all of these passions and create one space for them? Let's change this question to how do I start living my purpose? Because even if you might have all of these passions, we need to begin to get aligned with what is my purpose? What does the universe have in store for me? What am I actually here to do? Many times my passions are not always my purpose, and many times my passions do lead to my purpose. But I want us to begin to open up to this idea that I want to work in line with the universe in understanding what is my purpose. Because the moment I'm in this mode of what is that career that I can fit all these things into, or do I have to only pick one? In that moment, you've already created a negative belief system for yourself that is limiting you in some way. See if reframing that into the word purpose and really asking from your higher self to truly live your purpose already relieves the stress you're feeling around this question. And that leads me to a second point about all of this stress, because I think when we go through a process like this, we're many times consumed by the stress that it brings into our life. I don't know what to do. I don't know what seeds to plant. What is my next step? Do I put energy here or maybe elsewhere? Many times we spend much more time consumed by these thoughts of stress, of not knowing how to proceed and how to move forward, that it is what is actually blocking you from taking action. So something I heard really beautiful that was from the podcast by Monica and Michael Berg called Spiritually Hungry. Monica received the question of, how do you manage to do so many things? And her answer was, I realized how much time I spent thinking about what everybody might think of me. And all of those other things that consume my thoughts, should I do it, should I not? I realized how much time is wasted there, and then it began to free up all this other time that I could be planting seeds into those things that I want to work on and that I want to manifest. So right now, if you're feeling like this, choose to step out of that mind frame of the stress of it all and the confusion and the lack and the doubt and start taking action. Many times we'll see when we start to take that first step that if I have that desire, there's a reason I have that desire. There's a purpose there for me to share that with the world. I just need to start doing it, and everything will be aligned. The universe will allow for me to manifest exactly everything and all of it that I've been wanting to do. So those are things that come to my mind. Let's reframe this idea of career into what is my purpose, and all of that time that is consuming you with the stress of what to do and how to move forward, knock that out of the head and just start planting seeds and manifesting things, and you'll see that the universe will give you so much more space and time to do everything that you desire.
So if I can just briefly follow up on that. So what you're basically, how I understood it to have been said, is that instead of being in this sort of paralysis from overanalysis, as we like to call it, you are saying to just step into the action and maybe even substitute all these thoughts with just having explored several different alleys then? Or how would I go from all this thinking to the doing?
So, you think that you want to make films, right? Pick up the camera today, do something about it today, call a friend that can help you in some sort of way. I think we really paralyze ourselves when we're in the place of just the confusion. Many times when we start acting and start sharing and stepping outside of ourselves, the answers only then come to us. When we're so into ourselves, into the confusion, into the stress of I don't know what my next step is, I've disconnected myself from my higher self, from the voice of my soul in that moment. When I take action and I step outside of myself into this realm of action, into sharing, into starting to share all these talents that I have, I also then begin to get messages as to how I need to manifest this and make it all happen.
Nice. Thank you, Rachel. So there you go. It's all about the sharing and stepping into action. Looking forward to more of your questions here at the Fireside Chat. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys.